Hey, let's make some steak frites today. Here's the ingredients you'll need. I subbed out skirt steak for hanger steak. Alright, let's start by getting these taters cleaned up with all the skin peeled off. Make some thin cuts that you can stack up. And then start cutting your julienne fries, about a 1/4 inch thick. I like to use about 1.5 good-sized russets per serving. Loosen up and untangle the fries. Dunk them right in some hot oil. And in a few minutes, you'll have some delicious golden fries. Let's get started on the steak. Season both sides of your skirt steak with salt and fresh cracked pepper. This is where our skirt steak comes from. We're going to need a few cloves of garlic for the steak and the sauce. Alright, working on some flavor layers here. Put that clove of garlic in a skillet with some hot oil, and then put your meat right in that searing hot oil. Cook for a couple minutes on each side, and then flip it over. Add your bunch of rosemary and thyme, and of course, some butter. Now we're just going to keep cooking, let that caramelize, and let those flavors all come together. Then we're going to turn down the heat, let it rest, and start on the sauce. Let's get that shallot going for our peppercorn sauce. Peel the shallot, cut it right down the middle, and then cut it into slices, not too thin. When you're done with that, just set those aside in a bowl for a moment. Now for the peppercorns. Take about a teaspoon of fresh peppercorns and place them on a cutting board. Crush them with a small pot. Now let's toast those peppercorns in a hot pan, really bringing out the flavor. Add a little bit of oil and mix them around. And now add your sliced shallots. A little more oil. Once they've begun cooking a little bit, add a couple of cloves of fresh grated garlic. A couple more tablespoons of butter. And really get those shallots and peppercorns nice and caramelized. Add about a cup of beef stock into your shallot and peppercorn mixture and let that reduce by about half. Now add about a half a cup of cream and also let that reduce. And we're reducing. Starting to come together. That looks like a pretty good consistency. And voila! Sauce, fries, steak frites.